Hi, this is Narrator, and welcome to GG Easy's first game review. Let's play Home, a story-driven psychological horror adventure game by Benjamin Rivers. It was recommended by the game creator to set aside an hour and a half to complete the game in a single sitting. I finished it in less than an hour. I might be missing lots of stuff. I have to play it again. For added creepiness of the game, it is recommended to use a headphone and play the game alone in a dark room during midnight. This game uses a classic Amnesia story setting to introduce the story to the player. I understand that this is unavoidable, but we as the audience of the story need something new, something fresh, so that we're not surrounded by stories that revolve around amnesia. Take Chuck Norris films as an example. Bad guys did something to him. He's in a bad state. Before he takes charge and shoots the bad guys and annihilate their base of operations with freedom.
It is the love of freedom staring back at me.
Oh, right, back to the game. But I digress. The main point here is this game uses choice as a story modifier, yet only subtle changes to the story without any abrupt stop to the story flow or the environment. Well, the game did use a cat and a loud noise to scare you. But you're more inclined to be creeped out by reading the story as you progress. I like the way the flashlight lights up the room like a lantern. Unlike in another game, Uncanny Valley, they used a more realistic way of how the light affects the environment from the bulb towards the area the light is being shown to. The door opening animation really follows the animation used in the original Resident Evil, first published for the PlayStation more than a decade ago. Almost made me think there will be a zombie waiting to jump towards me for cheap jump scares. I love the pixel graphics used to present the game. It gave me a feeling like I am playing this game on a Super Nintendo console. The gameplay is mostly moving about the area and exploring. Only interacting with objects that have a white outline around it. It also employs a basic problem solving to advance the story by looking for items around the area. Make sure to look at every corner and crevice so that you don't miss a thing that may affect your storyline. It's good that the game did not use jump scares as a cheap way to give a scare to the player. The main character walks loudly, as he was limping, and the sound of his foot scraping on the ground. It does give you a chill of being confused and scared, but you need to go on in order to find out what is exactly happening around the character. I would appreciate if the game creator had provided an option for a map. For example, in the forest scene, I spent several minutes moving about the area to figure which is which.
One eternity later.
Since the game is a 2D game, losing your sense of direction can be a bit frustrating to some. But good thing the map is simple and straightforward. One would have to play and move several times and memorize the area to regain the sense of direction. The entire length of the gameplay, I kept on thinking to check my inventories to see items that I picked up along the way, but sadly, the game is designed for the player to read each and every word that appears on the screen once, and only once. Once you missed it, great. You gotta go through the game again to read what you missed. The annoying thing about this game is the buttons that I use to interact with the game. It tells me to press space to go to the next screen or to interact with a highlighted object or body. Then, when the passages come up to the screen, I need to press down to continue. What? Why can't I use space? At the end of the game, I almost gave up when I couldn't close the pin input window in the room with the safe. I later figured out to press enter to close it. I almost hit my head on the keyboard just because I did not figure it out sooner. What a dumb fuck I was. The game is not for those who are looking for a quick action-adventure type of gameplay, as it almost always involves the player to read everything to understand the story. Choosing a yes or a no during story branching to let you decide which will affect your ending. So, make sure to play the game over and over again to get the most of your gameplay. Nonetheless, the game is a piece of work. This shows that any game can be a great game even though the graphics may be not on par with other mainstream games that heavily use 3D graphics. Lots of reviews and videos have been made about it. Lots of people gave warming reviews and some still play it to this day to get all the endings of this mysterious story. That's all from me. This is Narrator, for GG Easy Channel. Thank you for watching a review of Home, a psychological horror adventure by Benjamin Rivers. See you in another video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.